match between Team Orange and the Subz. I like the name. I am a Red Crayon, and we're just hopping straight into the pitcher ban phase. Looks like we're banning out Nami. Nami's really good support. Lots of engage, lots of disengage. A healer. She can fight pretty well. Also, just a great champion overall. Very well rounded. Taisa is an amazing ADC right now. Also, just ever since her release, Taisa has been in a powerful position. Lots of damage, very powerful. Hard to itemize against because she has AD and AP ratios. If you build straight armor, she'll just go AP and deal magic damage. Even if she goes AD, she still does magic damage with her passive execute. Very hard to itemize against. A Rindar ban. I'm not sure, but that might be a targeted ban because Rindar is not a ban you see very often, nor a champion that's picked very often. He's a good champion, don't get me wrong, but you just don't see him. Same with Katarina. We might be seeing a bunch of targeted bans. However, what's not a targeted ban is Hecarim. Hecarim is a powerful jungler. Really good early, transitions well into mid and late. Just all around very powerful. Lots of control, map pressure. Can be anywhere he wants to be at any time. It's really hard to stop him from getting up and going too. Ooh, a Fizz ban. Since his little passive change recently, he's a little bit in a better spot than he was. Fizz has been in an awkward position for a bit now. He's never been in a bad place, but not exactly the most popular pick. That's a Trundle? That Trundle could be flexed in a lot of different lanes. It could be a Trundle top, probably is a Trundle top. It could be flexed Trundle, it could be flexed support. But Trundle is... well, it's time to troll. Alright, again, Thresh. That is probably the support pick, but it could be flexed to top, if need be. It's odd. It's very odd and a little awkward for them to do that, but it could do it if they wanted to. If they feel comfortable enough to do it, then let them go at it. Thresh is actually a pretty good top laner if you get down to it. And then Nunu comes out. Nunu has a lot of objective control and a lot of engage for his team. A massive team fight champion, pretty good at catching people out and controls objectives so hard. Then the Nautilus comes out. Again, could be flexed anywhere. Probably support. Yeah, I'm assuming support would not turn as a jungler. Speaking of not turn jungle, it's not something you see very often either. He's a good champion, but he's in an awkward position right now in the meta where he falls off pretty hard compared to other champions. So there's always tends to be better pits. Honestly, the same with Lucian. Lucian is a very powerful early to mid game ADC, and if you build him with a crit build, he actually transitions pretty well into late, but compared to other ADCs, especially right now, he just doesn't have the same carry potential. Looks like we're going into another pick ban phase, and looks like we're seeing the Xayah. Good choice. Xayah is someone who actually really deals with Lucian very well. As soon as she sits, as soon as he tries to engage, she just ults and leaves. And there's not much you can do about it. Ooh, the Yord ban coming out. Yord's a powerful split pusher and a great team fighter. I've seen him completely 1v5. I've 1v5 just him. He's just that powerful if you build him correctly. He just becomes an unkillable tank, and it is hard to deal with him. Let's see who's going to be the last ban coming out from Team Subz. Malzahar. Good choice. Malzahar is a pretty good team fighter and has a lot of lockdown potential. It's not easy to get a dive going off on him either. It's difficult to gank because unless you have someone who can reliably pop his passive, he's not going to be able to get CC down in ganks. Yasuo ban coming out. Nothing to say about that. It's Yasuo. Yasuo gets banned in team play, solo queue. Everywhere. It's Yasuo. Ooh, and it looks like we're seeing the Alawi top. Alawi is one of those champions that she's a little awkward because she's a lane bully. At least she has the potential to be. Unless you know how to play around her, she bullies champions that are weaker than her, and then just kind of loses to champions who don't. But her real power comes from her late game team fights where she becomes an unkillable monster. Funnily enough, the other pit they were going for Darius is the exact same way. It looks like we're going to be seeing the Caitlyn Morgana combo coming out from bot lane on the side of Team Orange. Whoa, now hold up. Okay, no, I was totally wrong. It's a not support with Morgana. That's not what I was freaking out about. I completely forgot they had Lucian. I was like, who's our ADC on the time team subs? But okay, Morgana is a really safe pick mid. It's not easy to kill her at all. She just splat shields and walks away. Can't CC her down. Not that Vladimir has any CC. Nunu's not gonna want to be coming mid a lot. Because unless Morgana oversteps her bounds, because that's the only way you kill Morgana. Morgana, when you try to danger her, all she does is bind you and walk away. If you try to CC her, she has her Black Shield. But she is immobile, so if she's too far pushed up, which Morganas do tend to do because of their pushing power with W, if she's too far pushed up, then you can danger her pretty easily. It doesn't matter how much CC or CC avoidance she has. She can be danked pretty easily from that point. So as long as she doesn't push up too far, or she has proper vision working with her jungler, wards in the right places, stops Nunu from making good gains, then she can just do whatever she wants, because there's not much I'll be able to do to her without actually just straight up flashing on her. I'm curious to see what this Nocturne's gonna do, because Nocturne is a interesting champion. He's really fun to play, and he has a lot of potential for team wide play. Like especially in comps like say a Tom Kench top or a TF mid or a Kaisa ADC. These champions that have pretty long range ults. He can really engage on things pretty quickly. He can follow up on them really easily. As far as bot lane, I mean, Nautilus Caitlyn is a great pick into dealing with the Lucian Thresh. Caitlyn counters Lucian. Like, Lucian has a lot of early potential, but Caitlyn just kind of denies him all of his power. Because what Lucian wants to do is he wants to just down top you and attack you, use his abilities, rotate them around, get a bunch of alt hits off. Because that's how he wins, because it's passive, he's able to get more alt hits off than you can. So he automatically outtrades you. Caitlyn, because of all her range, makes it really difficult for him to do that. Plus, she has all of her disengage with her traps and her net. Nautilus and Thresh are really good pits into each other. Thresh can stop Nautilus from engaging pretty well, in fact. And same to be said for Nautilus. He has a way to get Thresh off of Caitlyn if he tries to go in on her. Oh no, I'm going to be looking to see how top plays quite a bit because Trundle is down, probably to be looking to do one thing this game: split. He doesn't really bring much to a team fight, especially not against someone like a Lucian. He can't run down a Lucian. He's not. He can kill a Nunu pretty easily. He can't fight Illaoi in a team fight. It's just not gonna work out for him. And Vladimir, I actually have a pretty decent time against. Vladimir uses his pull in the wrong way, then Trundle can just run him down. But Lucian is not even a factor for Trundle because he cannot stay on top of Lucian. Thresh is there to peel. It's just not a possibility for him. So I'm going to be seeing. I expect to see a lot of splitting coming out from this Trundle. Trundle is an amazing tower pusher. Same as Alawi, actually. Looks like we're seeing the lethal tempo nocturne. Okay. Pretty standard runes overall from the rest of the team. Klepto for Alawi, just she abuses her ghost passive so that whenever she hits that E, she gets at least 4 Klepto prots. It's very powerful. Trundle just known for that sustained dueling build with Grasp the Undying. Allows him to stay in fights a lot longer, sustain up. The lethal tempo's interesting. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, I don't know what else you would take. Maybe Hell Blades for so when you hop on someone, you can do it dash very quickly as soon as you want. But lethal tempo does the same thing, but in the other way around. So choice overall. This half shot just means that if he ever hits a W, which isn't guaranteed, he also uses E, but that's not the most reliable CC. If he ever hits that either of those, he's gotta be really hard to kill, especially with his I think his Q. Yeah, that's still his Q. This healing him for, I mean, look at it right there at level 1. It's 65. That's a lot of healing when you consider how much of a health bar he only has. It's not that long of a cooldown either, especially late game. It's just gonna be so much. Ooh, it looks like we're seeing a little bit of a possible invade going on. Or not. They were posturing as if they wanted to, but it looks like they're content with just looking around, seeing what's going on. They got spotted out, so there was not much they could do. Ooh. He actually went back for that. It looks like he's actually going red. Yeah, he's starting red. Okay. That's interesting. Nunu has some pretty high mana cost and not quite a lot of mana to go with, so you usually see him start blue. Bot lane is leashing for not turn here. Looks like they're trying to bait out the try to fake the leash, make them think he's Nunu starting blue. I turned out the red. Just some OCSing going on, not much to talk about here. Nocturne's walking towards his flat. I don't. This is never to have anything come of it though. Like, that was a force if I've ever seen one. I mean, even though he doesn't have his W, he's still full HP, and he's near tower, so all he's gonna do is walk away there. It's like it's a little bit auto attack trading and a Q coming out onto Trundle. See, it looks like maybe they got in a little fight, but no. I guarantee you this is all just Caitlyn poke. Ooh, the little dink coming out. Ooh, flash time out from Trundle. I don't think it was completely necessary. Because I don't think they could have dived you there. They didn't have it night. But it was getting close there, so. Nocturne's looking for Nunu. Staying off on the side. Oh, unfortunately I missed that. I'm based on the cooldowns, Thresh got hooked and paid for it with his life. So much harassment going on in the top lane. That's what I'm saying. This is one of those champions that Illaoi does bully. Trundle cannot fight her. Looks like Nunu might. Lantern doesn't have a spell shield, but Morgana is here. Oof. Go ahead and busting the flash, making sure he does not get caught here. I don't think anything was trying to come with that, but it is better to be safe than sorry. Hopefully he doesn't need that flash later on, though. This poor man. I don't even have to say anything else. This poor man. Nunu's coming down for this dank. Caitlyn, go ahead and flash it out. Ooh. Oh. That was, missed the tower. And nearly died for it. Lived with 15 HP. There is a button, tilde, I believe, that allows you to attack champions only. Very useful for situations like this where someone's hiding behind a tower. That way you can click on them and not the tower. Useful for dives and useful for fighting general camps too. Similar to attack move only, but attack champions only. And you can rebind that key to whatever feels most comfortable, that way you can avoid that situation in the future. Both mid laners will sit, so I expect to see something happening soon. Or not, just it's Morgana. She's just playing back, using her W to push endlessly. Vladimir, all I can do is sustain, so he never leaves lane. Not much of a CS difference anywhere except for top and jungle. Jungle has a 10 CS lead. Ooh. Looks like they're trying to catch up with Nautilus here. But doesn't let anything stand come of it. Just hooks out. Great hook. Matt's range. Ooh. Nope. Every time you think a little bit of action's gonna start, the enemy team, the team that's getting engaged on, just says no. Ooh. Speaking of, looks like the fight's going up top. But this isn't what you want. Nope, that's not what you want. That fear kept allowing from healing up with her W and tentacles. A 2v1 is usually her best situation. But 2v1 is usually Lali's best place, but a CC that not turned to put out with the fear means that she really can't heal that much versus these people. And all the while, Trundle's reducing her AD, so she's doing even less damage, which means she's doing even less healing. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Ooh, great flash! Going for that Caitlyn, flashing right on top of her and flaying her. Nocturne's here for the counter date, but I don't think he's going to be able to save this Nautilus. Oh, but Nautilus can save himself, flashing over the wall. Oh, but great job from Thresh. Flashing on top of them and flaying them out. Right in time for Nunu to just roll in with that snowball. Took advantage of the fact that Caitlyn did not have her flash from her earlier gank. Beautiful job, beautiful. Survives with no HP. Okay. This is what I mean. It's not easy to kill Morgana. Not when you don't have redundant forms of CC. Because she will guarantee take at least 2 forms of CC in order to even get once. just knocking these plates down. Gold lead is relatively even everywhere it's up. Again, top. A massive 45 CS lead coming out for Alawi. But it's all Trundle can do to not int. Like, he can't walk up. She just puts him out. And she hits Club Tilt, so every time he walks up, she's getting more gold. Nocturne looking like he wants to gank top again. Looks like he's doing it. He's going in here. Oh, but Alawi gets the ult off. Doing a lot of damage. Nunu comes in for the counter date. Oh, and that's a dead Trundle. Those tentacles do so much damage. Ooh, Nocturne flashing on the wall, but Nunu following. And Munch coming out from Nunu. Great counter date and great job for Alawi. So this is what I mean. 2v1s or 2v2s are her battleground. She wants her to be as many people as possible. The more people there, the more she heals. After all the action originally bot lane, it looks like everyone's just kind of like petered out, wants to settle for farming. Look for a bid engage whenever possible, but neither one of them are looking to make any mistakes, so they're playing carefully. Ooh, it's become mistakes. Nice tank coming out onto mid, but not to be able to do anything of it. Rodano used her binding earlier and missed. Predicted the sidestep and didn't come. Nunu's running into Nocturne here. They know he's there. Got spotted by the sweeper. Oof! He killed that fast. Matt's in his queue. He wants that jungle sustain. Also allows him to sustain in fights very easily. Nocturne setting bot. He has his ult. They can look to do something if Nautilus lands a hook here. He's going for it. Oh, but Lucian eased right out of there. Nice job. Nocturne's still here. Looks like he wants to do a lane gank, but this bush is warded, so they'll see him coming. Ooh. Resh gets hooked by the Nautilus. Oh, it gets gank shot. But Nunu's coming here for the tower gank. It's not enough, though. Lucian and Bresh just instantly die. So much damage coming out from Nocturne, Nautilus, and Caitlyn. They just blew up. Nunu came as fast as possible. He was waiting for that counter gank, but Nunu can look to do, counter to try and take this, but I don't think he's gonna be trying to. No, looks like he's content. He'd be going in 1v4, so it'd be a massive risk if he tried. That's unfortunate. You know exactly what I'm referring to, Jundle. Resh has his Mobies. He's looking to run around a bit more, try and see if he can pick off anybody. Try to play a little bit faster. The gold difference has increased to roughly 7k in favor of Caitlyn. That's not what you want to see, because Caitlyn scales much harder to late game than Lucian does. Nunu's waiting here. He's waiting for this lane game to happen. How long? He doesn't have much longer on Herald. He needs to place that down quickly if they want to use it. If not, they just use it for the gold. Ooh, ult the flash from out of Vladimir though. Nice flash. He would have. Oh, Nocturne uses holds onto the ult as long as possible. Goes in. I mean, doesn't get anything out of it, but he gets the damage off. He already used it, so why not just ult go in and hit them? It's forced to place the Herald down. It looks like they're looking for this Nocturne, but Nocturne has spell shields and a Morgana. Ooh. Dang, this is a good fight. Colin coming out doing a lot of damage, but now it's just not very dainty. He doesn't have any of the stats he needs to stay alive. Lucian's still looking for this Caitlyn. This Nunu is doing mad damage. Speaking of mad damage, that tower's probably going down here. Morgana is here, but she doesn't have her ult. She used it before. It's not far from being up, but the CS lead is only growing. It's nearly 70. It's 45 before, now it's nearly 70. It's just growing more and more. I suggest very quickly to get Executioner's Culling for Caitlyn and a Bramble Vest for Trundle. Honestly, everybody needs an Executioner system. You have healing from Nunu, you have healing from Vlad, you have healing from Alawi. There's so much healing and sustain on this red team. The side of Team Subz that Team Orange needs these Executioners or Brambles. Ooh, looks like Jane's coming out on Alawi. Trundle's going in on this, but again, these 2v1s are what Alawi wants. Mad damage coming out from the tentacles. Oh, he tried to sustain that best he could, but there's not much he can do. And this tower goes down too. First tower going down to red team. Side of Team Subz. Ooh, hook coming down onto Thresh, but that fight looked like it hit. It didn't hit, but it looked like it hit. Elias is pushing this tower down still. Ooh, the hook coming onto Lucian from Nautilus. Great hook. Ooh, and the Piltover Peacemaker just clips him right at the end. Ooh, flash him out for that. Great job. Very necessary. Would have died if that had connected. Dredgeline doing a lot of work this game. And it looks like Caitlyn's looking to get this tower. Ooh, Dane coming on to mid. Counter-dicking at the very least. But that's... Oh, this is so much damage coming out from this Nunu and Vlad. That may have been a counter-dick from Nocturne, but it was a double kill coming out for Subz. All their hope right now, lies with their Caitlyn. Hoping that she can position herself correctly in all these fights and not die to Nunu. She's gonna need the Mortal Reminder very quickly to negate the armor coming out from Nunu and the healing. However, keep in mind, Trundle's wasn't looking to win that lane in the first place. He's not looking to win any lane. He wants to just let this game go out. He starts splitting. And Lava takes second tier top. That's not good for them right now. All the first tier towers were down for the side of Team Orange. Ooh, and the gauge coming out to Morgana, but she just ults and walks away. But Nunu is coming in. And that's another free kill coming out over to Alawi. Nunu with that snowball just knocking her up. She had to use her spell shot earlier. Team Subz didn't vision control over this part of the jungle. Team Orange is not to be able to walk into the jungle without them knowing. Ooh, great hook coming out from Rare Hunter. Flash and the heal coming out from Lucian, Caitlyn to stay alive there. But it's not enough. She stays too close to Alawi and she just Tindle slams. Nihilus goes in and he dies for it. So much damage coming out from this Alawi and this Vladimir. They are looking to end this game quickly, and that's exactly what they need to do. Looks like Alawi was taking that tower a little bit too much. Passes over a 900 gold, 600 gold bounty to Nocturne. Ooh. Great flash coming out from Nunu. Getting this kill on this jungle is pretty big and guarantees that you're gonna be in a 45 every time. Trundle's looking to split regardless, so if you can keep him dead, then he's not even gonna be able to put pressure. Nihilus hits the hook over on Lucian. No, that was on Thresh. Nocturne goes on to Lucian, but there's not much it can do to save him. Nocturne gets the kill. I don't think Nunu's getting out. Oh. Nihilus went for that flash to get in front of the snowball, but it was just barely not close enough. Nunu gets out of there alive. They only lose Thresh and Lucian there. Oh, they found Nunu again. And it looks like they're going to be killing him this time. Oh, that's a lot of damage coming out from Alawi and Vladimir. Ooh, nice spell shield coming out from Nocturne, saving his life. That Q would have killed him. The Ignite almost did it on its own. There's so much action going on in this game. Lottie not gonna be able to get much from this tower. I don't think she's in any danger. They're getting a lot of pressure and vision onto this Baron. They could look to do it at any time. Get a bit more vision down, get a pick off, maybe kill the Nocturne. Nocturne's not the easiest person to pick off because of that spell shield, but it is a possibility. He is pretty swishy. If you can do it, then that's a free Baron. Or do something like this. Catch someone out. Just wait in a bush, wait for them to walk into you. Ooh, and... Ooh! The spell shield is broken before the Nunu gets the snowball into Morgana. That was so much damage. Huge knockup coming out. That's 2 people down. That's a free Baron coming out for Team Subz. Have to work that together. And there's no one to contest it. Not much. They couldn't contest it even if they wanted to. Nocturne was up, but he's 2 levels behind Nunu, and Nunu still has his Q doing, I believe it's 1,000? 980 true damage. 980 true damage. So he basically has a smite and a smite. Objectives mean nothing to Nunu. He kills them very quickly. Looks like they just want to drag it out. Again, objectives mean nothing to Nunu. He kills them very quickly. Look, it's gone. Just like that. They have Baron. Let's see how they use it. It looks like they want to... They have pressure in top side from the minions. They have pressure in mid. with Vladimir pushing the wave down. And they've already pushed out the wave bot, so they could group up and just take the tower here. They have all their waves pushing. This is the time to do something. A little bit of damage to him off the Nunu, but it doesn't really mean much. He's just still walking through the jungle and just chomp down on a wolf. There you go. The rotating bot to deal with Vladimir, but this the issue is a 1-3-1. They're not strong enough to fight these people on their own. So they're just gonna keep pushing these turrets. Looks like they're centering around alive, but that's maybe not the person you want to be going around. She can actually 1v3 very easily. Meanwhile, mid is just you have Caitlyn here stopping them from really doing much to the tower. They can't really dive to Caitlyn with all those traps around, but ooh, they're walking out a bit too far. That is a very dead Nautilus. Very close to being a dead Caitlyn. Caitlyn had to flash over the wall. It was a great flash. Great job. Vladimir just flashing over and ulting them immediately and killing them. Rare Hunter and Thresh did the exact same thing. Flashed straight onto him. Tried to flay them out. This is going to be 2 inhibitors down. Oh no, looks like Nunu is going for the fight. For the dive. And he's throwing a dive for it. Yeah, this is going to be 2 inhibitors down. If they want, they can also just rotate bot and get that one too. They each have 1,000 gold on them, so they can choose to back or reset, or they can just push the bottom tower. Ooh, Alawi's TPing in. It looks like they want to push this tower. They want to get as much as possible. If they can get this third inhib open, then it's GG. 2 super minions and all waves. It's just going to be way too much to deal with. At this stage of the game. They do not have the type of wave clear that can handle super minions. Morgana can push regular waves pretty easily, but super minions are a whole nother matter. Ooh. Thresh Dome for that last, though. Close, but not quite within reach. Team up the pressure in the bot lane. Caitlyn's here, so there's not going to be much coming out of this, but pressure is there. While the rest of the blue team Team Orange have to deal with super minions in other lanes. Honestly, this is all you want, is send at least 4 people bot and push in this wave. Got super minions in the other lanes, you can send maybe Alawi with the other lanes. And just force it to take towers. They can't stop Alawi. If they try to send multiple people to stop her, then the 4 people on bot just take these towers and win. Looks like they're going with a different approach. They want to go see if they can get the strategy, maybe? Clearing out, just spamming their gold, clearing out general camps. I don't think you want to be doing this, though. Just see what the issue with letting them turtle like this is that they're still getting gold. If you're trying to strangle them of all their gold, this is not the way you want to do it. Because whenever Supermans are pushing like this, they're just going to keep pushing. They're just going to keep bringing gold straight into their base, and you can't stop them from getting that gold. Unless you kill them all. So right now, they're still getting gold. They're still, like, farming up. Western Drake is spawning, and Baron isn't too far behind. The inhibitors will be up pretty shortly. Not gonna be too long. I think the inhibitors will be up by the time Baron's up. Or not. Baron is up. They can just. It looks like they're just going for the fight. They're going deep for this too. Lots. Oh, that's a very dead Vladimir. Lucian kills the Trundle. Ooh, Thresh hooking Nollis out of his dredge line. Great job. Ooh, Morgana goes in with the ult that she just used. She must have presence of mind. Not turn ults in, but not just get CC down. There's not much to do. This Lowry's a monster, just running them down under towers. All right, that's gonna be in the game. That they just ran them down. Looks like you try to run them down under Fountain, which is not done to work out very well for him. All right, and that's gonna be GG. The first win coming out for Team Subz. Great play overall. Got the inhibitors top lane just crushed really hard. They didn't allow anyone to really come back into the game. Wasn't really even a lot of wards going out except for the supports. It, it was a quick game and very bloodthirsty. But this is not what you want to see. You had control wards purchased. Honestly, there's something to work on right there. More control wards. There should never be a time where someone doesn't have control wards. At least one purchased over the course of a game. Even if it's just one. Placing it near your own lane. Or when you're try to push somewhere, put it in the jungle. That way you have vision on your sides. That way you're not getting collapsed on by the enemy team. Even in a situation where they're that far ahead, you still want to have a control ward out. It allows you to be even more sure that you're able to take these fights when you want them. And for y'all, it allows y'all, Team Orange, to just stay in the fights. Make sure you're not getting collapsed on or you're not walking into an ambush. Overall, that was a huge, lots of damage coming out from everybody. Yeah. Caitlyn did a lot, so did Morgana, but it just wasn't enough. The massive taints on the side of Team Subz. Massive engagers, massive fights. You really did need that Mortal Reminder very early. I would have foregone the Essence Reaver just to get that Mortal Reminder as quickly as possible. Because it is really just too good in a situation like this where you have these massive because everyone on this team has some type of sustain. Lucian has his heal. He has the Blade of the Ruined King. You have a Vladimir. You have a Nunu. You have a Alawi with Death Dance, and even Thresh has a Redemption. And the Knight's Vow does heal him. So everybody on the team has some type of sustain, and then you have three taints, three people with lots of armor. So being able to stop them from just being a front line that you can't kill, getting that more reminder, getting the last whisper is gonna be huge for you. That's switch things. But as I was saying, just get these control wards because you don't want to be seeing three people without control wards. Four. And just more vision control. Alright, there we go. Hopefully we're going to be seeing a lot more action come out of this game too. Because that was a lot of fighting going on. Not so much in the early game. No one could really look to do anything. It's something you see as you start seeing better and better players is that Fights that happen, it's hard. It's hard to explain. It's harder to start a fight because less people are willing to step out of position. But on the flip side, you start noticing the mistakes people make even more often. So the fights that get started are a lot better, but there's going to be less of them. But it just means that when a fight does get started, it's just a lot more action-packed, more fun, almost guaranteed kill. All right, going second pick and ban phase. Looks like we're gonna be seeing Kai'Sa ban. Well, there you go. Immediately, like I said last time, Kai'Sa's great AC to ban. Lots of power, very hard to itemize against. Hybrid damage can go either AD or AP. I wouldn't recommend tank, but maybe you could force it, kind of like they did tank Fane. Nunu coming out. After last game, I'm not surprised. I'll just put it like that. Fan the Malzahar again. Good pitch potential, hard jet. Honestly, Malzahar very similar to Morgana. Just kind of hard to deal with. Hard to do anything too. Katarina band coming out again. I'm assuming these are still just Raindar band coming out again. I'm assuming these are still just target bands. Unless you just have something against Raindar. I mean, I know he's got like the main of a god, but you can't be hating him, man. Hatchman band coming out. Fair. A lot of these are the exact same as before. The only difference is the Nunu, which warranted, very warranted. Nunu had so much pressure that game. Who are we going to be seeing from this side? We're seeing the Laoi again. It worked once, why not twice, right? Let's be seeing the Cassiopeia. Probably mid, but could be flex top, depending on how you want to run it. I wouldn't personally do it into a Laoi, but if you want to run it that way, you could. And we're seeing the Xayah pick. And then we're dumping. Alright then. Well, last time he played Vladimir. This time he wants to play the Morgana. Fair enough. He saw last game what the Morgana to do. Why not pick it himself? Xayah is a great AC to pick too. Very safe, lots of damage, great team fight potential. Just overall very powerful. And can be played as lane bullish he wants to be. If you know how to play her and you're in the right matchup, you can easily do it. Sorry, we might be seeing the Sejuani. I mean, we're seeing the Nico. So it looks like it might be Morgana support. It could be Nico support, though. Could be Nico top, could be Nico ADC. We've seen it all at this point. Between Korea, EU, and NA, we've seen it everywhere. But Sejuani is probably doing general. Banning out the Jhin. Honestly, Jhin would be a pretty good pick into that team. Doesn't have a lot of ways to deal with Sejuani, but is a pretty good pick to deal with Xayah and Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia kind of relies on either sustain bursting someone. I know that sounds weird, sustain burst. But, staying alive, sustaining yourself while doing constant high amounts of damage through, magic damage. So if you can, one-shot her with, say, a Jhin, That's a pretty good way to do it. Seeing the Thresh ban, they did not want the rare Hunter data again. He proved last game that he was capable of doing so. He had a lot of great flash plays, which, believe me, is special. Flaying is one of the hardest things possible to do as Thresh. Especially if you use the Twit cast. On regular cast, it's fine, but as Twit cast, it's a nightmare. Just switch to non-Twit cast. But then you forget. But then you're so used to Twit cast, you forget to actually release the ability when you want to use it. Alright, I'll shut up now. Looks like we're gonna be seeing height support. Yeah, looks like it. No? What's going on here? What is going on here? Okay. Is it Cassiopeia top? Is that what we're seeing? That's... Hold up now. Let's just wait till everyone's, in the correct positions, and then we'll freak out about it. Once again, picking up the... No, this time they're picking up the Caitlyn. Okay. Caitlyn is actually bringing the match into Zaya. Just stays far back, safe. Also, that's Caitlyn's niche in any comp. It's just safe, hard to really do anything against. Going for Leona. Okay. By the way, we're seeing Jarvan Jungle. Nice bit. Lots of early demon pressure. Lots of damage. Can go tank or lethality. Preferably tank. Scales a little bit better. But we're seeing a Leona support. Not a fan of Leona support. Just gotta mention it. Especially into a Morgana. I mean, Morgana's a huge counter into Leona, so... On top of that, Leona has a problem with problem in current meta anyways. But let's talk more about this Cassiopeia top lane. Cassiopeia into Alawi. Cassiopeia top. First off, Cassiopeia into Alawi. I mean, she has range and she has the W. Her W cancels out Alawi W. But she's a ranged champion, so she can abuse. She can stay out of Alawi's reach a bit. A little bit hard to abuse, but still. The things that make Alawi abusive are not her auto tats. It's her Q, which it has enough range to deal with Cassiopeia, and her E, which has enough range to deal with Cassiopeia. But being range does make those easier to dodge. I'm honestly worried about this Nico. Like, Nico is a fun champion to play against. He says sarcastically. Just a lot of damage. A lot of damage. It's like playing in Zoe. It's just not fun at all. Fact is, she just presses R and takes out half your team's HP with one ability. And she follows up with her root, which is long, and then Morgana root. I mean, the fact is, there's some massive wombo combo potential here. Just with Morgana and Nico. Let's forget about the fact that Alawi can come in while all this is happening. While they're being rooted by Nico and Morgana, let's just not even talk about the fact that Alawi can come in off of that. Or that Jarvan can, keep them all in the cage while Nico and Morgana do it. Or that Alawi, there's so much wombo potential here. But the thing about it, wombo potential, is that it's complicated. I've had someone recently tell me that usually simple comps are the best comps. For a good reason. Simple comps, you don't have to think about, okay, this person's doing an engage and this person follows up and this person uses this ability to follow up and then this ability to follow up. You don't have to worry about all that. Simple comps is literally like, this person goes in and then we kill them. Like, say a Jarvan goes in and the rest of the team dog piles on them. And that's something we're gonna be seeing here, but we gotta be careful about like saying thinking, okay, well, we'll have more Donna engages. What if Nico engages? The whole point, I think, is that you want Jarvan to engage. If Jarvan does not let that engage, you back out of that fight. Because Jarvan is the easiest way to guarantee a fight. If Nico flash ults and gets root, okay, cool. But that's not guaranteed. She has to get close enough to be able to flash into the middle of the entire team, or even, two or three of them. And there's no guarantee that that will happen. There's no guarantee they won't flash out of the ult before it goes off. Same with Morgana. Morgana's route isn't the most difficult lane to get out of. So you want Jarvan to be the one to really engage these fights. On the side, speaking of wombo combos, have a bit of one on the side of Team Orange with lots of lockdown coming out from Sejuani and Leona ults, but having the ability to use Orianna to get a 5-man ult, pull them all into one spot. Casper throws down a W. They're grounded. They can't flash out, and then Xayah uses her ult and pulls feathers straight through everybody. That's a pretty big damage combo. Leona's allowed to lock them down from there. That was Sejuani, but I mean we're talking about wombos, but the fact is you're not guaranteed to get those. So how do you want to play this up normally? Well, kind of just looking for pits on the side of Team Orange. Leona gets a pit with her ult, long range. Sejuani with her ult. If you can avoid using the ults, just get a knock up or E from Leona. Or knock up from Sejuani. Just get that CC off. Try to do that max range. Make sure you can kill at least one person out in the jungle or the river. And you know what that requires? Vision. Ward up these entrances to the jungle. Make sure no one's watching through where you can't see them. Team Subz has already decided they're going to set people up in the interests of the jungle to make sure they're not being invaded. Meanwhile, Team Orange doesn't look like they know what they're doing quite yet. This is a solo queue setup. All these people walking around here, mid here. Ah, okay. Well, it seems that the mid laner has crashed. Nico. Oh, now she's back. I have no idea what's going on. That does explain why Nico has no items. That's a little bit of damage coming out onto the Cassiopeia. Not anything worth really noting. That's going to be mostly healed up by the time she's back to lane, and she has a lot of natural sustain with her E. Oh, he's just walking through, getting. Looks like he's getting vision down onto red buff. Not even other buff, just wants to know when they walk through this bush. Both bots are leashed in this game. Um, well, there seems to be some technical difficulties going on. It's weird that we're not seeing the chat before. That's weird to me. Looking at items, we're just looking at starting items, but normal. Honestly, I don't even know what to say about this. This is the weirdest thing is this Cassiopeia top. I'm curious to see how this is gonna go. Jarvan looks like he may want to go for lethality this game based on the fact he has Ledge 2, but that might just be for the early game damage. Allows him to get more pressure early. Nico has opted for the Glacial Augment build. Yep. No comment. Mistakes happen. Ooh, Bonnie coming out onto Leona. Flash coming out, or not Flash, Ignite. That's just a free kill. There's not heal coming out from Xayah. Tried to save her, but not really much she could do. Honestly, great job. I mean, Morgana walked around the side. Leona was trying to get those minions for with the Relic Shield, but she paid for them with her life. Jarvan's come mid. Like, Jarvan's already putting massive pressure down. That's exactly what we want to see from Jarvan. Like, massive damage or pressure coming out from him. Sejuani looks like she's looking around top, but she has no HP. She's absolutely 0 HP. She does not want to fight anything right now. Everyone has his flag up. Ooh, flash came out from Nito. Tried to go for it. But Sejuani flashed over the wall. Jarvan flash would follow with the flash. Goes for these autos. He has a red buff slow, but it's not going to be enough. Sejuani is fairly tanky. Even if she was low, she's not gonna be that easy to kill. That being said, I'm curious how she's gonna survive these crowds. It looks like another issue's coming out. It says Ronnie at 7% HP fighting. I would show you all anything else, but I can't move the screen. It's paused. Savage Ronnie at 77 HP though. Caitlyn is back. Looks like just a lot of internet issues going on. Hopefully those don't persist, otherwise there's going to be some big issues coming out for Team Subz. Strong's just like, nope. Doing this a slow and old-fashioned way. Alright, some issues coming out. Caitlyn is massively behind in CS due to all the internet issues. Mika being behind in CS. So is top lane. Not unexpected. I mean, Cassiopeia doesn't really have a lot of ways to deal with Alawi. She has her W stopping Alawi W, but that's kind of it. Lots of damage coming out on Cassiopeia from that Test of Spirit, I believe. Ooh. Ooh, lots of fight going on. Alawi goes in with... No, Leona goes in with the... Getting a lot of damage off, but Morgana's stuck in the middle. Gets rooted up by Xayah and takes a lot of damage. Forced to flash. Caitlyn forced to heal. Great engage coming out on from Leona. Morgana went for the over aggressive binding, went hit a minion, had no. Ooh, she's starting to die here. Flash coming out from Xayah and Ignite coming out from Leona. Sejuani comes down and forces Caitlyn to flash as well. This is massive for the side of Team Orange. Bot lane has no sums. Well, Leona still has flash, so she can do an engage at any time. Sejuani wants to come back around. Every time I look up, I feel like deja vu. Top lane looks is that same every time I look up here. Caspia pushed under tower with Lowy sitting in this bush. That was a Nico ult that we just heard. Looks like she went for it. A kill on Orianna. Orianna had no menace. There was a good time to do so. But it looks like she wasn't able to get much. She did manage to get Orianna's barrier, though. Oh, that's not. I say it looks like Lowy's going to try and freeze the wave here, but she immediately queued it and decided not to. That's getting that pretty deep vision. That's a good place for a ward. Doesn't look like anything else really coming. Orianna flashed now that she probably would have died if she had been hit by the ult there, so good job. Jarvan's looking for the Sejuani. Invaded on him. He has. I was gonna say he has his flash cat. He's about to have his flash up for Cataclysm, but he just had Cataclysm. Ooh, lots of damage coming out. Heal coming out from Xayah to keep Leona alive from the Ignite. Leona was forced to flash out in order to stay alive there. Great bind from Morgana. Leona got a little over aggressive there. Looks like they want to dive top. Or, no, Nito's throwing back mid. Well, that's not what you want to see. Xayah's, ooh, that is what you want to see, though. That's going to be a dead Jarvan. That's going to be a dead Caspia. They got the dive off. I don't think this goes well for you, Sejuani. Learned last game. Lowy hurts. Ooh, that last little bit damage on the dose did just enough to kill her. It was a good dive coming out, but Caspia got a great ult, stunning Jarvan under the tower. Sejuani came in for the downward gank, but she was a bit too late. It's like Sejuani is wanting to go in for a gank on mid. There's no vision. Jarvan's doing Dragon. It looks like she might be able to get this kill. Knots up the real Nico, but not. Ooh, ult coming out from Orianna. Followed up by the ult from Sejuani, but that shield from Nico is just too much. Orianna had to back off there. Ooh, Cataclysm coming out. You're stuck in the cage now. See what you're able to do. Die. Ori came around and shielded Sejuani, but wasn't enough. Jarvan has a lot of damage. Looks like they wanted. Looks like Jarvan's looking to do Rift Herald. Good choice. I mean, he's pretty far ahead. Doing pretty freely. He's 2-1-3. Lowry's 2-0. This is shaping up to be look a lot very similar to last game. Xayah is very far ahead, and she has a lot better ways of dealing with this team than Lucian did. But oh no, she was Caitlyn last time. She has a lot better ways of dealing with than Caitlyn did. However, going to need executioners still. I mean, Alawi's just gonna heal so much. They got the Rift Herald, and now they're just looking to farm out jungle, get a bit more pressure on the map. They have the threat to Rift Herald, and that's more than enough. Considering that all the internet issues at the beginning and the fact that Xayah is 3-0, Caitlyn has kept the CS lead pretty much stagnant from where it was before. Ooh. Lots of damage coming onto the line from Caspia, but all this doesn't mean much. They don't know Sejuani's there, so it's a lot of vision in that bush. But it doesn't stack. Jarvan's here for the dank up on top. They just wanted that first tower. They wanted to guarantee that there was no way they were losing that first tower. I was waiting to see if something was actually going to come from that. Maybe a danger up top, but they just wanted to guarantee that this tower was in fact theirs. Lots of damage coming out of the second tower, too. They gotta be careful. Staying in that poison will slowly hit them down. Sejuani's looking around mid, wanting to make something happen, but don't think there'll be anything. Looks like Riptaro falls. Gatsby is allowed to farm up a bit more. I say that while she's 33 CS behind. Robin taking Sejuani red. Sejuani is taking a... Ooh, nice spine coming out from... Ooh, and immediately ult pops from Morgana. Caitlyn follows it up with her own. Sejuani's down by. Ooh, and she aims that ult. Great, predicting the fact that Caitlyn would walk back into it. Got a little over aggressive. Chased too far forward the Xayah. But overall, it was a great job going onto that Leona immediately. Nice and ult. Stuck around a little bit too far for it. Infernal Dragon's going to be coming up soon. I want to see what they're going to do about that. Zaya's paying for the dragon, but it looks like blue team's gonna be the one to get it here. They're rotating down, but Sejuani's nowhere near, so if they rush this dragon down, they're going to be able to get it. Nito's in the bush, not letting anyone know she's there. Ooh, great ult coming from Orianna. Oh, flash ulting from the Nico. That's so much damage, and CC coming out. That turned that fight very quickly. Alawi does die for it, and Orianna does get the shutdown. Caspian is forced flashing out there. Jarvan flashes to go after her, but it's not going to be enough. Jarvan got the Infernal Dragon during all that. That was a 2 for 4, and they got the Dragon. Very good for the side of Team Subz. Exactly what you want to see. Jarvan's just denying this Sejuani even more farm. Taking even more out of it. Looks like they want to dive, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Oof. That's a little over aggressive. That Xayah is extremely fed. And it's Xayah, so it's not easy to kill her. Red Hunter went for the play, but he does not have a Zonius, he does not have a stopwatch. So walking around tower ulting like that, he's just gonna die very quickly to someone as fed as this Xayah is. And Jarvan's not really able to follow up. He didn't have his ult. He has no way of stopping her, especially with the fact that she has her ult still. SP is running back up top to stop the Alawi. He just did a fight off. I know she's there, but Alawi wants his 2v1. That's where Alawi excels. Do not want to be over chasing too far for that. Alawi's really good at fighting. Going to need healing reduction for her as soon as possible. Now, if you were to look at the CS difference, the kill difference in this bot lane, you would really think that Xayah is the one ahead. But then if you look at the state of the actual wave and how it's been controlled, and who's been pushing in the lanes all game, then it was Caitlyn. Looks like they've... Okay. Well, just don't even let me finish it. Okay. I was gonna say, it looks like they're going to be trying to dive this Orianna. But, Orta even looked over. Jarvan's sitting on a ward. That's not good. They look like they might want to collapse on him. Gotta be careful, or they're gonna be the ones getting collapsed on. Ooh, nice knocked-up, double knocked-up. Cataclysm. Rooted from by Nico. Yeah, they were the one getting collapsed on. Leona and Sejuani are just not tanky enough to deal with this 5-2 Jarvan. It's 2-1 Nico. Bot lane has a lot of pressure going on right now, so they're free to... Jarvan and Nico are free to do whatever they want, especially with Alawi there too. Alawi is massive in all these fights. Looks like they're going for the second tier mid. Xayah forced to ult and flash. Got stared by the Nico clone. Jarvan does not have his ult. Ooh. Eli flashed in to try and help, but there wasn't really much it could do. The lockdown coming out from Sejuani and Caspia, but Nito comes in with the ult and just just bursts them down. Ooh, flash coming out from Nito, killing the Sejuani. Ooh, great Q coming out from Nico there. Oriana went for that. She wanted that kill. She tunneled a bit. She forgot about what Nico's cooldowns were. There's another Infernal Dragon up. Jarvan wants to begin this soon. And a second Infernal Dragon in this game is going to be huge for them. They are so far ahead already. They've taken down all the second tier towers. Meanwhile, they've only lost the first tier bot. More dragon. There's another Infernal Dragon going down. Caitlyn gets it this time. From what I want to see, Laui has her teleport up. Maybe she wants to go top and the rest of the team wants to go bot. Do. Or you could rely on a Jarvan split bot while Laui goes top. The rest of the team is mid. It's do a 1-3-1 situation. Between Morgana and Nico, you have a lot of team fight potential, so they're not going to be wanting to engage on you too much. Meanwhile, Jarvan has a lot of ways out of there if they try and go on him. And Laui just wins. Red team is looking for checking this Baron, make sure their blue team is on it. They want to make sure Team Subz isn't taking it. Ooh, that's a lot of damage coming out from Leona. Ooh, Leona tries to flash away, but she gets started in the Cataclysm and just dies for it, and so does Oriana. So much damage coming out from this Jarvan. Ooh, but he's running into Xayah. Xayah does a lot herself. She still doesn't have a... I want a reminder, though. She has no way to deal with the Laui. Other than, well, killing her. Team Subz is just gonna run down. It's not much Team Orange can do. Nice ult come out from Xayah, though. Nito lands a bind on both of them. Jarvan follows up the knockup and kills Xayah. And Caitlyn's just allowed to gun down Sejuani while she CC'd for eternity. That is unofficial ace and an inhibitor coming out for the side of Team Subz. Great job, and they lost no one from that. That's huge. That's massive. Looks like they want to transition this into Baron. Jarvan's a little low. He started this fairly early. Careful, he might die now. Team Orange is running down. Looks like they're guessing that they're on Baron. They're coming to check. Nito's in this bush waiting for them to come out. Ooh. Ooh, nice job. Zonia's dodging the Cassiopeia. Wasn't gonna get stunned, but that is a lot of damage. Team Subz did a free Baron, and there's little that Team Orange can do about it. Now they're resetting, and they're just going to... Oh, top lane has a 3.7k gold lead. Jungle has a 5k gold lead, nearly. Mid has a nearly 3k. ADC is actually 1k in the favor of Xayah. But considering how the lane went, that's not what you want to see. Top lane and Jungle and mid are just so far ahead on the side of Team Subz that there's not much that Team Orange can do. Their vision's being denied. Nico is sitting on this bush. She's going to get caught out, hit by the Sejuani, and just murdered by the Xayah. Need those sweepers. Only one person on your team has, 2 people on your team have sweepers. If you're trying to go for assassinations, Nico, you need one too. Well, Laui's just pushing down this tower. No one's even rotating to deal with him except for Xayah. She's not trying to do anything to him. Or her. Ooh, the damage coming out on Xayah. Caitlyn doing so much. She has her items now. That range allowing Caitlyn to get the final auto off on the inhibitor too. Sejuani just took so much damage, and it was just basically all from the ghost. That is insane. They're rotating down onto this Mountain Drake. There's not much that Team Orange can do to stop them from taking this. This is not good for them. Oh no, they're not rotating. Leona's trying to fight the Jarvan. Jarvan gets out. He doesn't know who else is coming, so. That messed up the bat times. Jarvan might not want to reset now. Resets now, he might not be able to guarantee the dragon. The lockdown coming out from Nico. So much CC, so much slowing power. Leona walks into the root and she pays for it. Guess she thought she was dead, might as well go for a little bit of damage, but you walk into that root and you die for it. Glacial Augment just slowing so much, putting in so much work. Ooh, the damage coming out. Orion going over the wall with a blast and immediately ulting. But she does die for it. Gatsby flashing 2 inches forward to ult. After ulting. So much going on here. Xayah managed to clean up a lot of the fight, but Lowy's just pushing. Lowy's just taking the base. Has super minions in multiple waves. Has Baron buff. Oh. Ooh, that's so much damage. That's going to be a dead Xayah. That's going to be a dead Leona too if this keeps up. Yeah, that's a dead Leona. And those are 2 dead turrets as well. They're going to be... Yeah, they're going to get the kill onto Lowy, but not before she takes all of the inhibitors and all of the turrets. Leaving Team Orange with the open Nexus. Honestly, all they need to do now, take the dragon, regroup as 5, wait for everybody up, and just walk down mid. It's all they want to do. It's all they need. Just group up, walk down mid. You have 2 super minions in every lane walking down at all times. Every wave, every lane. Just let them go. Ooh, but the mid inhibitor did respawn, so you're losing that double. Just walk around mid, take that inhibitor. Use the pressure from super minions in other lanes. Lowy does have teleport, so she can join a fight if one breaks out. Nito is looking to bat. She has 1800 gold. Just needs this large rod. Looks like they're looking to catch out the Xayah. Xayah is pushed up very far. And she's going to pay for it. That's a dead Xayah. That's not good. Xayah is all the team up for Team Orange right now. Leona gets a lot of lockdown coming in. Lowy just ults. It's just staying in the middle of this team, just killing them. Jarvan dies, but they get Xayah and Ori for the Jarvan, and that's huge. Leona used everything. They're able to just walk down mid now. Take these inhibitors. Just end the game with these super minions. Oh, Nico goes in for the flash ult, but it's not going to be anyone. Everyone flashes out of it. Doesn't matter though. That's the end of the game, and that is 2-0 for Team Subz. Team Subz versus Team Orange, and that's it. Great job from everybody there. That was wonderful. Let's look at a bit more nuanced stats, but the damage from Nico, just so much. But Caitlyn put in a lot of work this game. Setting the back line being exactly where she needs to be, just poking out everyone. Xayah's damage was the most out of everyone, though. She got really far ahead, and she used it to her full advantage. Unfortunately, she got caught there. She stepped up a little too far there in the top lane with no vision, which is our next stat we're going to look at, because Honestly, that's what lost you the game was not having vision. Ooh, look at those stores. Lots of words placed, but they weren't really doing anything. Not not very many plays from the rest of the team though. Honestly, that's what cost you is that you didn't have vision anywhere in the jungle, and they just walked up behind you and they killed you there. That's all it took. Honestly, great decision coming out. Saw Zaya was out, walked up behind her. Let's start to look up at these builds a bit. Nothing more reminded of this game. I appreciate it. It was the only way you could deal with Ilaoi. It helps against Morgana as well. A lot of people remember this, but Morgana has natural spell vamp. One of the few champions that still has it. Honestly, though, these are pretty standard builds. Is that what you expect? Maybe would have disregarded the war mods until maybe third or fourth item and gone for, actual taint stats immediately. Something like Bramble Vest would have been good. Randoins would have been pretty good. Something like a adaptive helps a lot against Morgana and Nico. But that's honestly it. Just Storm Mail and Adaptive probably would have been my first rush over War Mods because War Mods it's just more HP. And you only have so many defenses. That passive of Sejuani doesn't last for that long once you get hit. Overall, this is why it's bad. Odd. Honestly, I really think that game just came down to like the pressure from Jarvan and Ilaoi early just kind of snowballed out of control. Team Subs had so much more pressure in the early games that it was insane. They were able to just snowball out of control. Bot lane had some issues, and Team Orange tried to capitalize on that, but there's only so much you can do from that point. Because until you hit 6 items as an A carry, you're not gonna be able to do much against this entire team. You're not gonna be able to 1v5 until at very least until you have those 6 items. Even then, the best you're looking for is a 1v3. And even that's gonna be nearly impossible against someone like a Nico and a Jarvan that just lock you down. There's just too much CC on this team for you to even hope to do that. The only other thing, I probably would have gotten QSS at some point. Probably instead of finishing rapid fire, I would have gone for QSS. Then you're able to. I know you're very far ahead, but like the CC from these three, the chain CC, the roots are just insane. Being able to stop all that would probably kept you alive, made you a bit more helpful in fights, made you feel safer. Overall, just great plays coming out from Team Subs, just taking away every advantage they can from Orange Team. Everyone played well, but it is how it is. Great job, guys, and hope to see more of y'all because that was amazing. Like I'm telling you, it's this vision. Having more vision means that they can't rotate nearly as much as they were. Having more control over what you can see on the map is going to help y'all so much more because they can't rotate nearly as much. Jarvan can't get nearly as many gains off if you know he's there. If you die, if you know he's there and you still die to it, then it's kind of your own fault. But if if you know he's there, if you don't know he's there, then there's not really much you can do to stop the gank. So having some deeper vision, places like where he comes out of the right in front of the pits, Baron Pit and Dragon Pit, places like that, so you can see when someone walks out of that jungle entrance. Or bot side or top side, you can put them in the bush, obviously, but you can put it deeper so that you can see them coming a mile away. and put one in a tri-bush. Put a control ward tri-bush, put a regular ward at the Rift Herald entrance, as far as top line goes. And you can stop a Journaler from coming out most of the time. The only time they can really get one by you is if you place it too far towards mid, and in which case you don't see them come over on a blast zone. But excluding that, if you place it a little closer to the top side near the entrance, then you can you'll see them coming anywhere, and that will stop a lot of dates from ever happening. It also lets you know when Jarvan tries to walk into your jungle. If mid had placed a ward next behind the red buff on top side, Jarvan was invading top side jungle all the time. So if you had had a pink ward there, you would have known he was there 90% of the time. And at the end of the day, that's all I can really say is to improve on is to, control that vision a bit better, get more control wards out, destroy more wards. Ward did a very good job. Leona actually did a pretty good job too. Like she played as mid as she could. She was behind, so it's difficult for support to ward from behind because you can't really risk watching out too much without getting just destroyed, killed instantly, caught out. It's just not easy to do. But at the end of the day, great job for everybody. I loved watching y'all. I hope you'll enjoy the commentary and have a wonderful day, guys. This was a red round, and we were casting ESDL with Team Subz and Orange Team. Have a good day.